Hello, my Biblio darlings. My name's Mally, and welcome to Bibliothesia. The story that we're going to be reading today is called The Sharing Circle. But before we read today's story, let's remind our bodies that it's okay to laugh and to release pent-up emotions. So let me read for you some jokes. Ready? What dog loves to take bubble baths? A shampoodle? Okay. Here's the next one. Where do bunnies go if they're sick? The hospital. I hope they'll hop right onto it. And what do you call a cheerful bunny? A hoptimist. And here's the last one. Why did the bunny stop jumping? It was unhoppy. Those are great. Okay, so let's read The Sharing Circle. And it looks like there's a sharing stick on the first page. And here is the dedication. This book is dedicated with love to my husband, Lynn, and to our son, River, and to all the rivers that carry life to the lands. This book is also dedicated with big love and thanks to the amazing Teddy, Emma, and Jessica, folks at Medicine Wheel Education. They are a perfect circle of talent. Let's start the sharing circle. Morningstar and River were two funny foxes who were the best of friends. They lived with the skunk, rabbits, deer, badger, and buffalo on the Great Plains, where the grasslands stretched out for miles under a never-ending sky. Every day, Morningstar, River, and their friends played together in the grass. They hunted for bugs, swam in the creek, and lay on their backs looking for shapes in the clouds. When the sun began to set, they all raced home to their cozy beds. One day, while the animals splashed in the creek, River gave Morningstar a playful shove. Morningstar lost her footing and fell. She was so angry that she growled at River. They had a terrible fight, told each other, "I don't want to be your friend anymore," and crept back to their homes with their hurt feelings. The next day, the two foxes refused to talk to each other. It made everyone sad to see their friends fighting, and without their funny playmates, none of the other animals wanted to play. Everyone gossiped about the argument and began to pick sides. Has that ever happened to you? I know it's happened to me. That's happened to me with family members, and when it happens with family members or with friends, that's not fun at all. Let's get back to the story. When one of the older buffaloes heard about it, she knew that something must be done. She took a braid of sweet grass as a gift to a great horned owl called Kokom. The wise and mighty Kokom always knew how to solve problems. She listened as the kind buffalo told her the story. Here's what Kokom, the wise great horned owl, said. "It's time we held a sharing circle," she said. Oh, look, they're all in a circle. Looks like the two foxes still aren't happy. So the buffalo and the owl went down to the creek, and all the animals gathered together to make one big circle. "Many things we need for a good life are like a circle," said Kokom the owl. "Water is one of them. What can you tell me about the water cycle?" "There's water in the lakes and big oceans," said a smart young badger, "which evaporates and turns into clouds. The clouds make rain, and the rain shares itself with people, animals, and trees. It travels into streams and creeks and makes its way back to the lakes and big oceans." "Well done," said Kokom. We need that circle of water to live. It is a sacred circle. When something happens that may harm our community, we come together and form our own sacred circle. We call it a sharing circle. Why don't you tell everyone why we're here today? Kokom asked the buffalo woman. Morning Star and River have been arguing and everyone has hurt feelings, said the buffalo. Today we're going to share those feelings and talk about what happened. The owl nodded. That's right. Everyone has a place in the circle, and everyone should feel safe and respected in it. You can share by talking about your feelings, offering suggestions, or talking about how you can help. But you don't have to speak unless you want to. The animals passed a talking circle stick to their left in the direction the sun travels. The foxes, the skunk, the rabbits, the deer, the badger, and the buffalo took it in turns to hold the stick and speak. Some of them talked about their feelings, and some of them didn't, but they all felt a part of the sharing circle. I wanted to help, but Morning Star told me to leave her alone, said a young skunk named Smoky. I tried to say sorry, but River wouldn't listen to me, said Morning Star. You called me bad names, said River, with tears in his eyes. Oftentimes underneath fights are sad feelings where people feel like they weren't heard. Now it looks like there's two rabbits talking. One of the rabbits started whispering to her friend, who stretched her front legs and looked around her as if she wanted to leave the circle. Kokom saw this and spread out a large wing to get their attention. My girls, said Kokom, you can share your feelings when you hold the talking stick, but now you must sit still and listen. A sharing circle is a place of listening and respect. We need to be quiet until it's our turn and we are holding the stick. This time helps us listen, understand, and often see things in a different way. The animals passed the talking stick around the circle a few more times, and even the quiet deer who were shy in the beginning became brave when they saw how safe it was to share their feelings. And as an aside note, when people feel safe, they will share. And if people feel unsafe, they will pull back typically and not say anything. The more the animals talked, the more they came to understand that the argument was all a big understanding. We should have listened to each other and respected one another, said River. Morning Star agreed. The two foxes were very happy to be friends again, and so were the other animals. You see, young ones, ever since we have lived in this land, ever since the water has flowed, we have always respected each other, said Kokom. Every animal has a duty to care for another, and everyone has a job to do or a gift to share. Will we ever hold a sharing circle again? Asked Smoky the skunk. Of course, Kokom told her. Sharing circles can be used in many ways. The teachings of the circle have been practiced for a long time. And if we continue to respect the teachings, they always will. The animals all thanked Kokom and the gentle old buffalo woman for bringing them all together. Then they ran to the creek to swim and play together beneath the enormous sky. Wasn't that amazing? To see all... let me start again. Wasn't that amazing? To see all the animals have a disagreement and then come together and safely talk about their feelings. It's amazing. So beautifully amazing. And there are, in the back of the book, words for different animals. And I do not speak Cree, so I don't want to make a mistake. But they look really neat. Well, I'll try. Buffalo, Pasqua mustos. Deer, Apsimosis. Duck, Sisip. fox. Muxies, otter, nigig. Owl. Woohoo! Hey, that sounds like an owl. Prairie chicken. Akisu, rabbit. Wapoose, skunk. Seagawk. What a beautiful story. The sharing circle. Well, now what I'd like to share with you is our last deep breathing exercise, where you're going to inhale for 4 counts, hold the breath for 4 counts, and exhale out like you're blowing out wind for 8 counts. Ready? Let's inhale deeply for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold the breath for and exhale out for 8 like you're blowing out wind. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been so good spending time with you. And until next time, take care. Bye.